Well, with us right now is John Alpay. He is a candidate for the South Orange County Community College District. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Sir.
Thank you.
So right now, currently, you are a governing board member for the Capistrano Unified District.
Correct.
And how long have you been doing that?
Well, I've been doing that for 6 years now,
Okay.
finishing up my second term, and it's been a great opportunity, great experience. And I have 3 children in the district. I have a 6th grader, a 4th grader, and a 1st grader. And when I first started this, my oldest was just entering kindergarten.
Yeah.
So time flies when you're having fun, so to speak.
Exactly. You got your hands full there.
Yes.
All 3 in elementary school, right?
Well, fortunately, I say my wife has got her hands full, but
Yeah.
you know, it's really, you know, a partnership in that.
So tell me about your background. How did you come to be with the Capo District? What's your background as far as in education or working with school districts in general?
Well, in terms of Capistrano Unified, if I could just give you some background about the district. It's 63 school districts, 4,000 employees, 200 square miles, 50,000 students, 220,000 registered voters. So as the largest employer in South Orange County, it's a major economic influence. And in terms of my experience, I'm Executive Vice President and General Counsel for Performance Design Products, the largest video game accessories producer in the world.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. And before that, I served as General Counsel for Oakley for a number of years. So the corporate leadership skills translate very well in the environment of education. But more than that, also, I serve as an adjunct professor at Cal State Fullerton and actually teach courses there.
Oh, okay.
Introduction to Business Law, helping undergraduate students
very
learn
good.
the very basics of why you need a lawyer in a company as you grow and you develop. And so that's helped me as well, understanding how the educators, what they experience, being in the trenches, so to speak, a little bit, and understanding and relating to what their issues are and how to address that, improve the quality of education for our students, regardless of what level that may be.
So what makes you want to make that leap or transition, really more of a transition, I would say, from one school district to another, meaning the community college?
Well, I've served 2 terms at Capistrano Unified. It's been a great experience, as I've said before, and I've done a lot of things. The biggest thing we did was restore stability in the district. For many years, Capistrano Unified was known as being in turmoil with 3 recalls.
Right.
And I was elected in the 3rd, and what I called the final recall, and for the first couple of years, I measured my level of success, how often I was not in the Orange County Register as opposed to how often I was. And you don't hear about it so much anymore. You don't hear about the turmoil. Things have been stable for the last 6 years. And so that's our real measure of success. And it's allowed us to focus on education and other issues. Specifically, we have a large number of Melrose districts in South Orange County as we grow and build out. And we've been able to refinance a lot of those bond obligations, fortunately. And we've saved taxpayers over the last 4 years $61.1 million alone. So again, without the turmoil, we've been able to improve our financial situation. But we've also increased instruction, improved and created innovative programs in the classroom. For example, Capistrano Unified is the first school district in Orange County to have a Mandarin immersion program. So students are not only fluent in English by the 5th grade, but they're fluent and biliterate in Mandarin as well at the same time. So these are great programs that we have. The reason I want to transition to the South Orange County Community College District as a governing board member is because there's an opportunity there to improve articulation between the K-12s and the community college. And what that means is you can actually have college instruction in high schools. What's the biggest impediment to higher education today? It's the cost. Right. So the answer is, well, how do you improve that? Well, you get them through quicker, or you lower the cost that you charge them. Well, what I'm proposing to do is bring the courses into the high school so they can potentially, if not graduate with an associate's degree from high school, they complete most of their coursework so they get through with their degree that much quicker. And it's not only those students who are destined for a 2-year or 4-year school, it's those students that are destined for a certificated program. Right. You give them incentive, you understand to them, hey, if you complete this coursework, this program, you do these things in high school. As a 19-year-old, there's a real good chance you could start with a salary of $60,000, $70,000 a year. And to an 18, 19-year-old, that's real money. Right. And you get them out of the education system, you get them in the economy, they're a productive member of society, and a taxpayer. Right. So that's the value I see there.
So if there's a value to that, then would that mean there'd be less, if let's say this all came to be, less students going to Saddleback and Irvine Valley and things like that, or they would be more on a fast track where they would go there for maybe just a year or so?
Well, ideally, you want to get them through quicker.
Right.
And obviously, we have limited facilities, and there's only so much we can handle. So the idea is shorten their time and get them through quicker. There's always going to be a need for students or facilities for the students, and the best way to do it, instead of building new campuses or new facilities, is just to increase the pace at which they move through.
Okay, I know one of the things that has become something that's been implemented in some of the community colleges is that they're actually working with the universities and kind of doing the same thing you just said, but what you were proposing with the community colleges to the high school, what a university or four-year college is to the community college. In other words, bringing some courses into there, almost like a 3-year program or something.
Correct,
like that.
and that's the great thing that they focused on. For example, they announced the partnership at Saddleback with 4-year schools and law schools,
Right,
so you
right.
have the legal pathway, which is a great thing, but also that's still a 7-year path.
Right.
And you're still having time on campus at Saddleback or IVC. But this way, you put it down at the high school level, they have the opportunity to take those courses there, there's no tuition charge as well, and they move through the system as opposed 5 to 6 years as opposed to a full 7 years.
Right.
That's a real savings.
Yeah, it definitely would be. What are some of the other issues you see with the college district, or some of the positives or things that you would like to maybe see change or implemented? You know, one of the great things that they have within both at Saddleback and Irvine Valley, and of course ATEP, they're bringing in the new technology, but they have a great arts program, whether it's the performing arts or all kinds of things. It's been fantastic. McKinney and all that, theater and all that. Is that something that you see could be expanded on even more, or things you would like to change just in general?
Well, you know, we're very fortunate to live in South Orange County, and this college district is a great example of that, in addition to the weather and everything else that we have. And there are a lot of things that this college district does right, and you know, if it's not broken, why do you want to fix it? Great example is the Emeritus Institute.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
It's 5-star. It's a textbook example of what you want to do in that program. I'm not going to come here and presume to tell and change that program around. It's a great thing. You want to keep it going. So, same thing with the nursing program at Saddleback College. It's a great, innovative program. It does a lot of good, and it's a national leader.
Yeah.
So again, you don't want to change that. You want to give staff the freedom and flexibility to grow these programs and expand them. And you got to have faith in your staff, and that's really how these programs have grown into what they are today. And so you want to do that from that perspective. You know, you touched upon the focusing on partnerships with the universities.
Yes.
Great example, great things. They're doing a lot of good work on that. I just see as the weakness is on the K-12 level. If you have that entire pathway work through together, it'd be even stronger, and people will want to participate in all the arts and the other programs and the amenities that the community colleges have to offer. Okay,
and we certainly know they offer an awful lot. Like you mentioned, the Emeritus program, of course, in this community, it's huge.
It's huge, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The largest consumer of the program, and again, we want to keep that going strong.
Yeah, exactly. Also, along with that I touched on very briefly is, of course, the technology center and all that they're building out over in Tustin. That I believe the first building
just broke ground recently.
Exactly.
Yes.
So they're on their way there. And that could be, you know, eventually maybe even a national leader, because they're almost starting from scratch and can do what they kind of want and mold that, right?
Yes, they are starting from scratch, but if you look at the history, I mean, I first moved to Orange County in 2002, and I remember they were talking about it then. And only now are we in groundbreaking. So it's been a long road, and there's been a lot of detours and twists along the way, but you know, it is a potential for a great program, and so it's a green field, and they could build it from the ground up, literally, and that's what they're doing. Yeah. And they're just laying the foundation now as we speak.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Well, your website, very easy, johnalpay.com, right?
Easiest, johnalpay.com, just like it sounds.
And you go online there, you can get all kinds of information about John's background, some of the things that we talked about today. And remember to look for his name on the ballot that's coming up, because that ballot is going to be awfully full, right?
Yes, it's going to be encyclopedia in terms of background information on the ballot.
Exactly. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
And we'll be right back. Very good.